When solving an equation, one of the things that you will have to do over and over again is to apply the order of operations, which I know you're familiar with and you've seen before. Probably when you learned order of operations, you learned it as PEMDAS, which I could rant and rave forever about how much I hate PEMDAS. There are two really big reasons why I don't like PEMDAS. The first one is that P in PEMDAS stands for parentheses, and now I think it's time for us to move away from the P for parentheses and move on to G for grouping because we don't necessarily always use parentheses. Sometimes we use brackets, which are these symbols. So let's not use P for parentheses. Let's use G for grouping. So I like GEMDAS more than PEMDAS, but I don't even really like GEMDAS that much because the M and D for multiplication and division, those are supposed to happen at the same time. Same with addition and subtraction. Addition and subtraction are supposed to happen at the same time from left to right. So it's not like you multiply and then you divide. You multiply and divide from left to right all at once. Same thing with addition and subtraction. You add and subtract from left to right all at once. So writing it out as MDAS has caused a lot of misconceptions with first I do all the multiplication, then I do all of the division, which is not right. Multiplication and division happen at the same time. So if you're going to write PEMDAS or GEMDAS, write it like this second one here, where your MD and your AS are together like that, where you know they happen at the same time. So not PEMDAS, GEMDAS, and really not even GEMDAS. Do GEMA, GEMA, so you know the multiplication, division, and addition, subtraction happen at once. So with that out of the way, let's take a look at this problem. 6 plus the quantity 5 squared minus 5, and then the whole thing divided by 2. So first we look at our grouping. And our grouping in this case is the 5 squared minus 5. And inside those grouping symbols, the first thing that we do is the 5 squared. So that's what we're going to do first is 5 squared. So we're going to leave everything alone except 5 squared we are now going to write as 25 because that's what 5 squared is. Divided by 2 equals P. Okay, we still are not done with the grouping symbols. All we've done is the first thing in the grouping symbols. So next we need to do the 25 minus 5. So we're going to subtract 5 from 25. And after we do that, we will have done everything that's in the parentheses. So after we do 25 minus 5, we don't have a use for the parentheses anymore. The parentheses have been completely simplified. And so now we've got this. Okay, and so now we've got 6 plus 20 divided by 2. Multiplication and division is the thing that happens next. So we're going to multiply, divide, do 20 divided by 2, which is 10. That part comes next. Notice we would get a very wrong answer. We would get 13 as our final answer if we accidentally did 6 plus 20 first. And of course, now the only thing left to do is the addition. 6 plus 10 gives us 16. And in fact, that is our final answer. 16 is the value of P if we use the order of operations